It is Wellness Wednesday. You know the saying, trust your gut. Well, as adults, we know what that means and how that feels, but for kids, we can't just tell them to trust their gut. We need to teach them. Intuition is a powerful feeling. So let's talk about how we teach our kids to listen to their intuition because it might just save their lives. Joining me now is life coach and therapist Julianna Lyddon. Julianna, you talk about our intuition as our internal GPS system. Explain that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because we're all pre-wired with it. We come into this world with this intuitive wisdom that we each have.
Right.
And so I call it a GPS because it's like our compass. It helps us to figure out when we're close to home, when we're off base, when we're making a bad decision or a bad turn, that right from wrong. And so the more practice we have, the more powerful it can be for us and our children.
Well, and speaking of children, that is so key because, you know, they're developing, they don't know a whole lot. So how do we begin to help our children? Because it can save their lives.
It can.
Yeah.
And so the one way I say to do this is through role playing and start out when the kids are young. So here's how it looks. Your child comes home maybe from a play date or maybe at school they had a confrontation. And you get into their world by identifying, okay, what's the feeling that's happening here? So I felt a lot of pain, I had anger, I was frustrated, I felt lonely. Okay, where is that living in your body? So what happened when you felt angry? Well, I felt it in my chest and it tightened. Or I felt really odd, like something wasn't right and my tummy hurt.
Right.
So you're helping them identify because when they identify, they learn to listen and then they learn to trust their intuition over time instead of trusting all the stuff that's going on out here.
Oh, that's so interesting because so you start with identify it, tell me how you feel.
That's right.
And then
where it lives in the body.
Where it lives in the body.
Because this is going to be their indicator.
Right.
This is their little compass. This is their little intuitive, wiser self that's going to help lead them in a really good direction down the road.
Yeah.
So practice over and over with this.
And you say also, though, you know, it also starts with the parents, too, that we need to know how to obviously follow our gut, our intuition in order to teach our kids.
That's right. And you know, we're in an age where technology is everywhere. We're plugged in. We don't even know what intuition means, yet alone how to connect with it.
Right.
So the more we get in touch with that, the more we're going to be able to teach them, because when they're older and peer pressure comes along and all these things happen, you want them to go, you know what, I remember that feeling and it doesn't feel right. I'm paying attention to this. So as parents, what we can do is start becoming mindful. And this requires really taking time by ourselves, 5 to 10 minutes, few times a week, just sitting and listening to what's happening in the mind and body. It's hard. It's hard.
I will tell you this, and I'm ashamed to tell you this story, but this was last night. I came home late after a long day at work and an appointment, and I was on my phone. You know, like getting back to the 16 text messages that I had and everything. And Zoe's my daughter, she's trying to talk to me. She's telling me about her birthday cake because her birthday's coming up. And I was like, okay, it's time for bed. Let's go. And she was so sad, but like more sad than upset that I did not disconnect from my phone. And so when I was saying goodnight to her, she was almost in tears, and she said, Mommy, you are always on your phone. And I'm like, you know what, Zoe? You're right. You're right. I am. And there's no excuse for it. I was trying to do work. I was trying to get back to people. And you know what? I just need to put my phone down and talk to you.
I love, Trim, I love that you shared that, because that story...
I'm not proud of it.
No, but it happens to all of us. So we need to use these scenarios. You may say to your child, well, you know what? I'm sorry about that. And where did you feel that? So she can remember. Or remember that time we were in the underground parking and we felt like someone was behind us? But we didn't know for sure, and sure enough they were. Use these experiences. Don't feel badly. We're learning.
I just had to admit it. Like, you know what? You're right. I'm
I
sorry.
love it. Yes. And saying I'm sorry, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, it is. I'll mark that one on our calendar next. All right, Julianna, thank you. I always feel like this is therapeutic for me too. I hope it is for you.